Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Celina Pereira. I love makeup and I'm from Sydney, Australia. Today's video, as you can see by the title, is a bit of a controversial video. Probably one of my most controversial videos to date. And this video is going to be on the brand new Tarte Shape Tape Foundation. Now, before I get into this video, I first want to clarify a couple of things, and I'm going to go into this a little bit more later on in the video. There's a couple of topics that I really want to talk about. The reason why this product is so controversial, we've all seen already, is because of the shade range. I don't have the following that a lot of other beauty influencers do, but even then I still think it's very important for me as a consumer, for me as someone that just loves makeup, and for me as someone that not only has friends that are people of colour, but that also looks up to people of colour. I think that it's really important to speak and voice my opinion and stand up for people that maybe don't have a voice. With all the controversy that's been happening, a lot of people are bashing the brand and the product, even if it performs well. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know if it actually works. And I totally agree. I totally agree that Tarte has done the wrong thing, which again I'm going to get into in a minute. But I want to dissect this a little bit further, and to first talk about the brand and talk about the social issues, and also to talk about the product separately. Before I get into the video, please be sure to subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Like this video if you enjoy it. Let me comment down below what you guys want to see next. And without further ado, let's get into this review now, shall we? To begin with, if you have been living under a rock, essentially there has been a big controversy about this new product launch, and the product that I'm talking about is the brand new Tarte Shape Tape Foundation. So basically at the end of 2016, beginning of 2017, Tarte Cosmetics came out with the Shape Tape Concealer. This concealer very quickly became the favorite of most beauty influencers. It became the favorite of a lot of consumers. I have gone through about maybe 3 of these concealers myself. I love this product. It is my favorite concealer. I use it in a lot of my videos. This product has become so popular. It is actually the #1 selling concealer in the world. And according to Tarte's website, this concealer sells every 12 seconds. They sell 1 concealer every 12 seconds. So of course, because it became such a popular product, Tarte decided to come out with a foundation that was going to mimic their best-selling concealer, which in all honesty is one of the most clever business ideas that you can do. It's a great idea. Tarte launched about 2 months ago some sneak peeks saying that they were going to extend the Shape Tape family, and everyone straight away thought that there was going to be a foundation. Everyone got really excited. And then only about 2 weeks ago the product launched. So between the products being leaked or being kind of like sneak previewed and the product actually launching was only about a 1 to 2 month kind of time span. So it was pretty quickly how it all happened. People, makeup lovers all over the world, including myself, on the day it launched, bought the foundation, which was about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And around about the time that the product actually launched, this photo became available on Tarte Cosmetics' Instagram page. Since then, Tarte has removed the photo, and obviously, as you can see, it is the shade range in this foundation. Now, I will also put here a photo of the shade range of the concealer, and you can see there's a huge difference. The concealer comes in a wide variety of shades, but they didn't mimic that with their foundation. It is now 2018. We live in a society where there are many people from all different races. I mean, there have always been people from different races, but it's come to a point now where we should realize that people of color or people that have a darker complexion shouldn't be considered as an afterthought. That's all about diversity and equality and all about including everyone. Since then, Tarte has obviously come up with a statement. They basically, I'm paraphrasing here because I don't remember exactly what it was, but I'll try and find a link down below if I can. Basically, they came out and said that they're really sorry about what happened. They've been working on this foundation for the past year or so now, whatever it is, and they were so excited to launch it, and all their fans were so excited to launch it that they couldn't wait. And so there's a lot of foundation shades that are coming that are not yet complete. And personally, I think that that's an absolute bullshit excuse, in all honesty, because at the end of the day, if you were going to create another 5 or 10 shades or however many shades you were going to create, if it only took you an extra 2 months to perfect them, I'm sure that your consumers and I'm sure that all of your fans waiting for the product can wait an extra 2 months. There are lots of videos as well that I will either link in the info card, which is above me somewhere, or I will link it down below. There are heaps of other people that have done reviews. I'm going to link a few people of color reviews. Alyssa Ashley, who is one of my favorite YouTubers, she's actually just reached 1 million subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. She is a person of color. She did an amazing video, and in her video she spoke a lot about brands that actually do cater for her skin tone, do cater for a wide variety of skin tones. Jackie Aina, who just reached 2 million followers as well, she also did a great review, and Alyssa Ashley was in that review as well, and she spoke about it. She spoke about, you know, the problems with the shade range. She also spoke about the problems of the undertones with the actual dark shades. Nima Tang, I believe is how you pronounce her last name, she does a segment called The Darkest Shade on her channel, and basically she takes the darkest shade of every foundation to see if it'll suit her skin tone, because she is very much on the darker side of the spectrum. And I will link her video down below as well. She believes that Tarte did this on purpose. And please also remember, guys, I'm not bashing Tarte. I am a huge fan of Tarte Cosmetics. Again, if you've been on my channel, if you know my videos and if you've seen my videos, then you'll know I'm a huge fan of Tarte. I was actually thinking about 2 weeks ago to do a full face of Tarte Cosmetics, because I can do a full face of Tarte Cosmetics because I love their brand so very much. I recommend it to all of my friends, and I will continue to do that. Whether they've done it intentionally or not, they could have done it intentionally for just brand publicity, which they've scored themselves. You know, all these other influencers, myself included, you know, have done videos, you know, on their products and on this particular launch itself. And yes, it's generating publicity. And yes, there are lots of people that are going to sit there and go, well, I can find a shade for me, so I'm not going to worry about it. And that's fine, and that's up to you as a consumer. I still believe that it's wrong. I'm already going to sit here and say that I don't endorse the product. The product might be amazing, it might be the best foundation I've ever tried, but I still believe that there are other brands that are creating products for everyone. You know, Huda Beauty is a great example. I have a first impressions coming up on her foundation that I've been loving recently, and you know, her foundation comes in 30 shades. The Fenty Beauty foundation is another one of my favorites, and that comes out in 40 shades. Marc Jacobs is coming out with a foundation now. I believe it comes in 29 shades as well. You know, I'm not saying that every brand needs to come out with 30, 40, 50, 60 shades, because that's also very expensive, and I understand that, and that takes a lot of time. But you can still make 20 shades or even 15 shades look like they have a gradient. But I am going to go ahead and try out this product now. Now, it does come in 2 formulas. It comes in a hydrating and a matte foundation. I only bought the matte foundation, and mind you, I bought this on the day that it launched. What I've seen from all the reviews is that the hydrating foundation is not as pigmented or not as full coverage. So I'm actually glad that I went with the matte formula, and I thought from the beginning that the hydrating was going to be less full coverage because of what I could see from even their promo photos. The other thing too is that the matte foundation is much more in line with the concealer, because the concealer is a matte concealer. So I just thought it would kind of be a much better fit and would be more appropriate to try out. So this is what the foundation looks like here. This is actually the back. This says Tarte Double Duty Beauty, and at the front has the Shape Tape Matte Foundation. Like I said, this is the shade Medium Neutral, which in the bottle looks a lot lighter than what Medium Neutral usually. It has the same design on the lid as the concealer, so that's both of them side by side. So basically it's a giant version of the concealer. The matte version has a purple stripe around the top, and the hydrating has a blue stripe around the top with a blue raindrop as well above the name of the product to identify that it's a hydrating formula. The product has a doe foot applicator, very much like the concealer does. It's a big doe foot applicator to apply the foundation with. The only other foundation that I've ever tried that has this kind of an applicator is the Clinique foundation. I think it's the Beyond Perfecting concealer and foundation. The only issue that I have with this kind of an applicator is how sanitary it is. I always prefer foundations that come in a pump, because the problem with this kind of an applicator is that when you're putting it on your skin, if you've got any blemishes or you've got any issues on your skin, you are basically taking that bacteria, putting it on the doe foot by applying it onto your skin, and then you're putting it back into the foundation where it's going to infect the whole foundation. Now, for Australian consumers, if you're interested in purchasing this product, you can only buy it off the Tarte Cosmetics website. Sephora Australia does not sell this product because this is an exclusive with Ulta Beauty in the United States, very much like the Shape Tape Concealer. So if you want to purchase this product, you have to buy it off Tarte Cosmetics website. It retails for $54 Australian dollars, which again, I don't think is terribly priced. I think that's a pretty fair price. This has 1.01 fluid ounces, so 1 fluid ounce. So it's a standard foundation. I'm going to do a brush on this side of my face and a beauty blender on this side of my face. This brush that I'm using is also from Tarte. It is my favorite foundation brush. I will have a link down below because I can never remember the name of this brush. But before I do that, I want to go and do some skin prep like always. So I'm going to start off with by applying a moisturizer. So the moisturizer I've been using lately has been the Drops of Crystal from Manuka Doctor. I've been loving this moisturizer lately, and it's just a beautiful, very luxe feeling moisturizer. I'm also going to go ahead and take my Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer, and I'm going to apply this into the areas that I have enlarged pores or fine lines or some texture. And last but not least, I want to use an oil, so I'm going to use the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir. And this is just my normal skin prep. I always do these 3 steps before I apply any foundation. Okay, so now going into the foundation, I'm going to go ahead and just start basically drawing lines on my face. I might do one side of my face, blend it out, and then do the other side. That way you can see a side-by-side comparison on how the formula looks and how much coverage it gives. It's probably the slightest bit more on the golden side. But I'm going to go ahead and blend with the foundation brush on this side. Alright, so that is now the foundation on one side of my face, as you can see, using a brush. But I will say it has quite a nice finish. It's not as full coverage as what I expected. Just my redness and rosacea still peeking through. So I will apply a little bit more and see if the coverage builds after I go ahead and do this side, so I can see which side gives you more coverage. It hasn't fully dried down, but it's not looking totally crunchy matte. Like, it's not looking like a really drying matte. I was really worried because I do have combination to dry skin, and a lot of people were saying that it was really drying. It is creasing on my forehead, like it's settling into my fine lines up here, which is not fun, and it's settling into the lines around my mouth as well. Having said that, I am talking and I am making facial expressions and I haven't said it yet either, so that could be why. But I'm going to go ahead and do the other side of my face with the beauty blender, and then we will compare the two. I think that they covered pretty much the same whether you use a brush or use a beauty blender. They both look really, really beautiful. I almost feel like the side with the beauty blender doesn't settle into lines as much. It's definitely not as full coverage as what it's marketed to be. I would probably say it's more of a medium to full coverage. The other thing I noticed too is that this doe foot applicator doesn't actually come up with a lot of products on the actual applicator. Like, I feel like I have to keep on dunking back in. So I'm gonna go ahead now and I'm just gonna, I think, stick to the beauty blender and just start to blend that out and see if I can work in a little bit more coverage. I might actually just go in with the brush and just see. Alright guys, now that is totally blended in. It does build, but I don't think that it builds up that well. I think that you can get this foundation to a full coverage. It doesn't feel overly drying, which is nice. I mean, it's kind of like more of a modern matte finish where it's not totally drying, but it's kind of got that very velvety, skin-like kind of texture and feel to it. I do want to go ahead and also apply some concealer, so I'm going to apply the Shape Tape Concealer, of course, and I'm just going to apply a bit of that under the eyes, my beauty blender again, and I'm just going to blend all of this out. The concealer went on totally perfectly as per normal, so it obviously doesn't affect the foundation anyway. I also want to go ahead and apply powder and bronzer and all that other kind of stuff as well. So I'm going to take the Beauty Bakery Flour Powder. This is my new favorite powder. I love it. I cannot speak highly enough of it. It's amazing. Just applying this all over the skin just to set everything. And this powder is so finely milled and so velvety, it makes your skin look like it's got a filter on it. For highlight, I'm going to use the Dose and Desi X Katie Wago highlighter. And then for blush, I'm going to go ahead and take the Tarte Blush Bazaar Amazonian Clay blush palette, and I'm going to go into this shade here, which is called Angelic. Alright guys, now that is basically it for my makeup. I finished off the look with a lip, and I just used the Morphe Backseat Love lip liner and the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea lipstick in the shade Skinny Dip. My final verdict on the foundation is, do I think that it looks beautiful on the skin? Absolutely. Do I think that it's actually a really nice foundation? Yes. Will I continue to use it? Probably. But do I think that you need it in your collection? Absolutely not. I think this foundation is basically the same as most other matte foundations out there. To be honest, I've been using the Huda Beauty foundation a lot lately, and that one has been my favorite of late. I have a video coming up on that which was supposed to go up before this video, but because of obviously what's been happening, I had to put this one up before, and that one gives you more coverage but gives you a very, very similar finish. So I think that if you want full coverage, I think that there are other foundations out there. Yes, you pay a little bit more for some of them, but I think they're going to give you a much better result, and I think that you're going to be using less product overall. Us fans of the Shape Tape, us fans of Tarte Cosmetics, were rooting for Tarte. They're excited for Tarte, and we were waiting for them to come out with something that was going to be amazing and revolutionary and change the makeup game in 2018, and all it did was leave people disappointed, leave people upset, and cause a whole bunch of controversy at the very beginning of 2018, which, to be honest with you, is totally unnecessary. There's already so much negativity in the world. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you guys learned something new and cool today. I really hope that my outlook on it has inspired you or has given you a bit of an outlook into what I think about it. Like I said, I will leave a link down below some of the reviews that I watched, some of the reviews that I found most helpful. Every review that I watch has given me a different insight and has given me other information that I didn't see from maybe another video, so they're all really worth watching. All the ones that I will link down below anyway. I highly recommend if you've got time, and if you're really considering on buying this product, read the reviews, watch the reviews, watch the videos before you go out and buy the product. Like I said, this video is not sponsored, or I haven't been sent the products at all. I paid for this product with my own money, so these opinions are totally mine, not persuaded by anyone. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're not already, leave me a comment down below what you guys want to see next, and if you guys want to follow me on my other social media, which if you're not, you should be doing it already, my Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, and Pinterest, it's all just Celina J. Pereira. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I honestly really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys on my next video. Thanks. Mwah.